There are actually so many benefits of running a self-managed super fund, and that's exactly what we're going to be going over. We're going to be answering the common questions of what is a self-managed super fund, how much does it cost to run, and when are you ready to go ahead and transition to really get the benefits out of a self-managed super fund. Now, this is sort of more related to Australians.
Crikey, mate.
But in the USA, you guys have things called 401k, which you're building up your retirement fund. And there's definitely things such as self-directed 401ks. And this video is definitely related to you. So just change anything that says self-managed super fund, change that with self-directed 401k. And we'll be going over the benefits of why this may be better than just putting your money into some sort of hedge fund, putting your money into some 401k, putting your money into some super fund, and how this could actually yield better results and get you better returns. So what is it? So rather than letting your money sit in a super fund or a 401k that sort of invests and grows your retirement money, a self-managed super fund or a self-directed 401k, you are in charge of your own funds. So you can actually choose how to invest it. So if you don't want to go ahead and diversify, you want to go ahead and put all your money into a certain stock, if you want to go to real estate, you have the ability to do so. And you don't have to pay fees to these sort of 401k companies or these super funds. How can it be used? A self-managed super fund must be run for the sole purpose of providing retirement benefits for the members or their dependents. So you don't want to set up a self-managed fund if you're trying to get early access to your super, or you want to buy a holiday home, or you want to sort of decorate your house. These things are illegal. Like, you have to only spend the money on things that would help you with your retirement. So what are the costs? When you go ahead and create a self-directed 401k or a self-managed super fund, there's a lot of costs. You need audit. You need someone to literally audit your work and make sure you're not doing anything illegal, and this person will be a representative from the government and they'll have like the qualifications to do so. Next, the self-managed super fund levy. Next is administrator, the person that's going to make sure everything flows because you're investing your money and you need someone to manage everything. Next is an accountant just for your self-managed super fund. And lastly, a tax agent. So there's a bunch of costs, but you're looking at roughly 2 to 5 grand a year. Now, here's some additional sort of costs. There's the brokerage cost if you go ahead and invest your money. Like if you go ahead and buy stocks, you're gonna have to buy a brokerage fee. And you might have to pay extra for professional advice from like a financial advisor. So you definitely have to have a lot of money so that the 1 to 2% you might save from fees compared to a super fund or 401k exceeds your yearly expenses. So if you're spending roughly 5k for all these costs as mentioned, that 5k has to be less than the 1% extra you'll gain from your investment. So you're looking at least $200,000 to really make an ROI that is better than putting your money into a super fund or a 401k. You have to have at least $200,000 in cash. What's the difference between a self-managed super fund versus a super fund? So the responsibilities. So as a self-managed super fund, trustees are expected to have knowledge of tax and super laws, and they have to make sure their fund complies with the laws. So you are basically your own boss, you have your own sort of company, and you have to make sure everything is legal. Whereas other super funds, if you put your money into a super fund such as Australian Super, they take all the legal risk and you don't have to worry about anything. Next is investments. So when you go ahead and have 200k, you have to go ahead and figure out how you can invest that 200k. Like, you need to think about, like, this is basically another company of yours, and unless you have someone hired to look after it, you're going to be spending a lot of time on it. Whereas other super funds, they sort of do the investments for you. They sort of let you choose the different risk options. They're pretty diversified. They know what they're doing, and that's what you're paying them for. So who's needed to go ahead and set up a self-managed super fund? So you need other members and trustees. So you can't have a self-managed super fund just yourself. You need like people in it because it's an actual company. You need an auditor, like I mentioned before. You need a tax agent, and you need an accountant. On top of that, when it comes to the trustees and members, there is a difference between individual trustees and corporate trustees. So when setting up your self-managed super fund with individual trustees, you will need other members other than yourself. Whereas with a corporate trustee, you yourself can be both the director and the member. Now, individual trustees, every time people come and go, if your family members or friends leave your fund, you have to redo all the paperwork, and it's very annoying. Whereas in a corporate trustee, when people come in and out, the company, the self-managed super fund, it stays consistent, and you can just have people come and go, and it's totally fine. You won't have to redo the paperwork and spend a ton of more money to fix things up when people come or go. Next, individual trustees, much cheaper to set up, but when members leave, you're gonna have to redo it again, and the additional cost of redoing things, that's when things get pricey. Whereas a corporate trustee, there's more upfront costs, but the running costs when people come and go is much less. And when it comes to individual trustees, when you guys do something wrong, the fine is going to be paid to every single individual person, so it's multiplied by the amount of members. Whereas as a corporate trustee, only the corporate is sent with one fee. That's the whole video. This is something that I definitely struggled with. I had no idea if I should go ahead and go with the super fund or self-managed super fund, but the conclusion is, unless you have more than $200,000 in your retirement fund, keep it with a professional hedge fund, let them sort of take all the risk, let them do all the investment, pay them the 1 or 2%, and that's totally fine. As Tony Robbins said, that 1 or 2% will compound a lot over time. So the moment you get over $200,000, you definitely want to go ahead and move the money into a self-managed super fund, go ahead and invest in stocks, ETFs, property, and really take control of your own money and remove that 1 to 2% you'll be paying in fees every single year to these other funds or these 401k companies. So yeah, hopefully you guys were able to get some insight. This stressed me out a lot, so that's why I wanted to create this video for those who are sort of getting to that next level where they're making a bunch of money and they don't know where to put it, and they don't know if they should make additional contributions to their super, if it's worth it. And the answer to that question is yes. You want to go ahead and max out the contributions you can that is tax-free to go ahead and reduce your profit and pay less tax legally. On top of that, you're building your investments and you're building your portfolio, so you definitely should do that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed all this advice. This is definitely something I wish someone created a video for, but that's sort of why I'm doing my channel, to give you guys all the things I learned, all the solutions to all my troubles, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Question of the day: have you started putting money into your 401k or your super fund? Let me know. Other than that, let's announce this video's winners for $1,000 worth of courses or consulting courses with me. The winner's here. If you guys want to qualify, all you have to do is drop a comment below, follow me on Instagram, hit the subscribe button. I'll be picking the best comment every single video. Other than that, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate your time and energy. Thank you so much for the support, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with more value. Peace.